So I picked Tomorrowland for us to talk about because I have some concerns about it. Like it looks like it could be good, and
Explain to me the part that looks like it could be good.
one, I don't feel
It
like
has George Clooney.
George Clooney
Okay.
has.
And Hugh Laurie.
Well, Hugh Laurie thing's not a big
And
thing, but
special
George
effects.
Clooney specifically says he doesn't want to do bad movies. Like that's why he goes to other countries and does $40 million commercials so he can do Gravity for basically free.
You
Okay.
know, Gravity was. It took until Gravity for me to just fall for George Clooney.
Yeah.
Like, I've liked his movies and I've seen a good chunk of them,
Right.
but Gravity did it.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, he's the man.
Yeah, but so George Clooney, as of right now, legitimizes me going to watch a movie because it might not be a movie for me, but he has decided that it is good and he wants to be a.
It
part
has
of
the George Clooney stamp of approval.
right. And a question for this is this movie one of those good movies he's doing, or one of those $20 million movies that he does so he doesn't have to do. You know what I mean? Like instead of going somewhere else, he goes to Disney World because all this is Pirates of the Caribbean. Like they're taking a theme park, part of their theme park, which is Tomorrowland, and making it into a movie and seeing if that catches on. You know?
With a logo that is strikingly similar to the Tesla Motors logo.
Yeah.
Like that seems like
Sure.
this girl just wants to see the Tesla
Yeah,
battery
that's where
plant.
they ultimately end up going. But no, like the Hugh Laurie thing, he fell off the face of the earth, and he said he didn't want to act. And I'm really worried that he's going to be the bad guy because in the preview they go, "Did something bad happen?" And as soon as they say something bad, they throw Hugh Laurie's picture in for the first time, and I'm like, please don't tell me that that's how you told me who the bad guy was. Like, I mean, he's the only other star apparently, so he has to be the bad guy following general rules. But I don't know,
That's
like,
true.
other questions is I feel like that they're never going to get to Tomorrowland in the first movie.
We
What?
can see it in the end plate to the trailer. It's Oz.
Yeah, I think that the movie's going to be about getting to Tomorrowland, and the sequel is in Tomorrowland. Like, there might be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but it's not going to be like the most of the movie.
And if that's the case, then what?
Then it's kind of mis-selling the product, but it might be the whole movie, but it just feels like it's not going to be the case. Like, at least
Well, in the movie The Wizard of Oz, on that note, we only ever see the Wizard of Oz in the last 5 minutes.
right. But I'm sure the preview wasn't 50% them talking to the Wizard of Oz either. So that's what I'm not saying from the name. I'm saying from the preview, you get the feeling that it's going to all happen in Tomorrowland, but I think it's going to be more of a modern, like we have to get to that shuttle and that enough, like which is already ruined in the preview. Like I hate previews in general. Like I don't get why they have to show us all the cool stuff. Like I know why, because all those there's that study saying that if you've seen if you know how the movie ends, then you're more likely to watch it. If you know how something ends, you're more likely to watch it. So
How some people would suggest that spoilers can enhance
right.
in entertainment. Knowing that Joffrey dies when you watch his wedding,
Yeah.
you're waiting for him to get it.
Yeah, so it enhances. I don't know. But I still think it could be good. I mean, I actually enjoyed the Pirates of the Caribbean, at least the first one. And
The first one was watchable.
watchable. Okay.
Slightly better than watchable. How about that?
Yeah. So you guys have no desire to see this?
I don't know if it's a product of aging, and I'm not aged even. I'm in an extended adolescence, but the concept of a chosen one, and this appears to be a straight chosen one movie.
Yep, sure
Yeah.
is.
It doesn't, I feel like we are not or I am not in the target audience. Like I feel very much like one of 7 billion people, a gear in the machine.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
going to die and everyone's going to forget me.
Well, that's the thing now, apparently.
What's that?
The
Oh, just
The chosen
nihilism
one.
being. Well, it's always been the thing, but that used to be able to appeal to me, right? Like I
Yeah.
was in high school.
You've outgrown it now.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say that because it makes it sound like I think I'm grown up. But
Mm-hmm.
when The Matrix came out, I loved it. It was awesome.
Because that could be you.
But that's not why. It's that the concept is appealing.
Right. But you're past that?
It's that I think it's the recognition that each of us in our own life is the chosen one. We're the protagonist and the narrator to our story.
True.
And that appeal kind of loses its strength when you kind of see that we really are all the star, and that
Yeah.
the movie just isn't that damn good.
Right. Well, I mean, the problem with me with the Chosen One thing is that they follow way too many of the rules. So, like, George Clooney has to die because if she's the Chosen One, then he's Obi-Wan or Gandalf, or any Chosen One has to have the mentor that dies. So then the Chosen One can show growth by themselves, or Morpheus being lost.
Oh, I don't think that has to happen. Like,
It
she
just
might
always
just be the
happens.
greatest person who ever lived.
Right. It
And
could be it.
that's-
But I don't know. Like, that's my only problem with the Chosen One is, like, other rules have to follow, but I'm okay with, I don't know, like, I like to see how are they going to do the Chosen One? What's their spin on it? It doesn't really get old on me.
In direct response to your comment, Alex, this is like the golden ticket, essentially. This is the Charlie, what was his name? Charlie what?
Yeah.
So your life is maybe not what you hoped it would be, right? Or if you're a kid, you're waiting for that thing to happen that takes you to the next level, and this allows you to fantasize while empathizing with the main character
Yeah.
on a base level.
But instead, life is everything I hoped it would be, and there is no
Okay.
needed escape. Like, I don't have to get out of the doldrums of
Well, let's
everyday
just go
life.
ahead and embrace the idea that you have outgrown it. Like, maybe outgrown is the wrong word. You've accepted your fate as a cog
Sure, yeah.
on the gear wheel.
And
Yeah.
I've gained a lot of weight since
Yeah.
those were appealing. So there's that too. Like, I've physically
Yeah.
outgrown it. I can't wear the pants that I loved the Matrix in.
You've stopped waiting for Prince Charming to show up, so to speak.
There it is, exactly. I'm Prince Charming, damn it.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
don't you have a nostalgia connection to that feeling?
You
Are you-
know, nostalgia is like trying to cling to something you know you'll never get back. And right now, I'm super okay with these being my glory days. And anything I reminisce on, there's mostly just guilt and shame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
It just feels like no, like you just want everyone else to get in line too. Like, it's like you like no,
I want
you
everyone
need to be a cog as well. We're all cogs. Come on.
Oh God, no, because you know what? The psychos who think they're going to change the world sometimes do, and that's great. We need them too.
How do you feel about watching a movie where the protagonist is 13-year-old girl? Does that do it for you at all?
And that
Is that a plus or a minus?
That-
for you specifically.
for me, it lands it outside of my it lands it outside of my preferences. Like, teen fiction to me, there's nothing I would redo as a teenager that I want to see some teenager redo.
Uh-huh.
And also, teenagers' exploits in actuality are nothing compared to what film turns them into.
Mhm.
And I think that by aggrandizing, teen action in film, it's like, no, well, not really. You went to school and it's, I don't know. It's that, yes. Did that clearly answer your question?
Yeah.
I don't,
So this is not a selling point for you.
yeah.
Or it might be to others.
Sure, yeah.
Other full-grown men.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
just feels like more like you are trying to be jaded than actually jaded. If that makes sense. Like you're like,
You're saying that I don't think this movie looks appealing to me, so I'm trying to be jaded?
no. What I'm
Like,
saying
this
is
is-
like when you go to the teen nostalgia thing, you're like, yeah, it's not really a big deal. It's like that's fine, but you can at least remember when it was. Like
Yeah.
I also agree that it's not a big deal, but I can remember. Like I'm not nostalgic. Like I want that back, but I do remember the emotional so you can like at least attach yourself to it. It doesn't have to be like, yeah, this all matters, but you can remember what it felt like when it did.
Sure, and I guess that's just not what I look to movies to do for me. How about that?
Does that have an impact on you? the choice of movies that you watch, as far as the age of the main character.
Uh, it does, but it's more.
Because I could tell you that when I was a kid, I was not particularly interested in seeing Terms of Endearment.
Yeah, for
They
me,
were not like I could not relate to those characters.
yeah. I mean, this is obviously one of those ones like you take your kids, but this is another one of ones where I just don't think. I guess I'm not attached to like I just don't see like high schoolers nowadays wanting to see this. I see high schoolers nowadays wanting to see the serious movies. Like
Yeah.
I think high schoolers.
When I was a preteen, I was all about the teen stuff. You know, it's like, oh, this is what high school is like. I can't wait.
But once you're a teenager,
Yeah,
like you don't care.
Yeah,
I like what you're getting at with that. Where I think that what I like to see from film is not where I came from, but where I'm headed. So Wolf of Wall Street. Now that's my jam right there, because I'm gonna be pissed that I didn't make $1 million a week.
Yeah, I mean, if this was like Life is Strange, where it's like really she's just a teenager in high school, then I'd have no interest in it. But if it's
the greatest teenager in the world,
But if it's a person having an adventure going to a sci-fi world with George Clooney as her mentor, then I'm totally interested in that.
yeah,
Like you could switch this character out with a 20-year-old who's not doing anything with his life, and it would be as appealing. Not, it'd be the same level. I wouldn't. Nothing really
but
matters
the
there.
20-year-old would realize how lucky they were cowering in a bathtub with George Clooney.
Right.
Whereas
only
the
difference.
13-year-old is just they're in the bathtub because it's safer. Not, oh my God, I'm in a bathtub with George Clooney.
Right.
Got it.
But no, yeah, like her age in this doesn't particularly affect my wanting to watch it.
Don't you think, though, that the age of the characters under certain circumstances kind of betrays the target demographic, where you see that this girl is 13 or 14 about to go on a grand adventure into a brightly lit, very colorful place?
I don't know. I feel like Pirates of the Caribbean looks like it was also made for kids, and like they were all. I mean, I guess Keira Knightley was 17, but she looked older than that.
What can you take from the fact that the trailer opens with this girl in jail?
It's your typical like she's not doing anything that's nearly as bad as a bad teenager these days. Like,
Right.
and then like, but he's going like the father's going to be disappointed, and like like this is because she sees life differently. That's why she's special, and that's why she gets in trouble at the same time, type thing. And I
See, and that doesn't like that.
She's
that in itself-
divergent.
Yeah,
Yeah, you might
exactly.
say.
she's
Divergent.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. Like, it seems to be providing a blank slate character that every kid who is now developing their first special thoughts
Right.
can look at and go, yeah, I see the world differently too. I have a Tesla Motors logo that can transport me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on borderline indifferent for this movie. I just thought it was interesting that George Clooney was in it. I also don't see like, I think this is one of those ones where the parents take the kids because the kids think they'll like it. And like the kids are like, it was okay.
Right.
Yeah, I think the kids will be bored and the parents will be also bored.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, you'll like
could
it.
be-
It's
that
like
could be.
Tomorrowland.
I saw some similarities to Gattaca. I was probably just my imagination going crazy, but I'd be interested in seeing that. If they do like a futuristic, oppressive society,
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. Again, kids' movies, you can still have adult themes,
Mhm.
and it goes straight over the kid's head, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's true. I watched and loved Up.
Yeah.
I got all misty-eyed and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that there is a potential for that, but I'm be surprised if Disney goes that direction, kind of thing. Like they just
Yeah,
want.
I have hope. If this movie gets, let's say, a 70%
You'll
on
go watch.
Rotten Tomatoes, I'll go for it. Is this adapted from anything other than a theme park?
No, it's just a theme park.
So it's exactly like Pirates of the Caribbean,
Mm-hmm.
or was the movie first? I don't even know.
No,
No.
Pirates of the Caribbean was based on. I went
Oh, it was
on that
based-
ride in Orlando
Okay.
at 10 years old.
Yeah, this Tomorrowland was originally in California. Like it was like what made Disneyland different than Disney World for a while, and then Tomorrowland got put onto every Disney
Mhm.
thing. But that's Space Mountain. That's Disney. That's Tomorrowland.
Okay.
So
I thought like the city of tomorrow was in Epcot.
So we're actually perhaps seeing specific rides in this film.
Yeah, I would assume there'll be a nod to Space Mountain at some point. I would be very surprised if
Okay.
there's not.
That gives me concern if that were the case.
And City of Tomorrow is in Epcot because that was what confused me when I was looking it up. It was like, it's like here's all the things that are in Tomorrowland. I'm like, City of Tomorrow's not in here. Like, why is that
Oh, really? It's not. So City of Tomorrow is not Tomorrowland.
in Tomorrowland? No.
All right.
That's
I have
Epcot.
not gone to a Disney theme park. I've only gone when I was 10 years old. So
Okay. But yeah, no, I would assume there will be nods to, like just like there was the dog that was holding the keys and like the guy's reaching for it. I don't know if you picked that up. In the ride, there's a dog that has the keys, and then like the guys are trying to get the keys from him.
I've never been to a Disneyland.
All right, well that's in the ride, and in the movie that was an ongoing joke.
Okay.
Was the guards or the captors trying to get the keys?
Okay.
So I can see like.
I grew up pretty close to a Six Flags, so I didn't get.
Yeah, Six Flags way better than Disney.
Actually, I
World.
think I have been to a Disney. I was too young to remember it. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, I assume there'll be nods. I don't know. Like I'm just like when I saw George Clooney was doing it, and then I found out it was a Disney thing, and then I was like, why did he sign on? Unless he's just getting paid so he can do Gravity 2 or whatever.
Okay, so other than George Clooney, because George Clooney that's weird, but that's probably why I'd go see it. What appeals to you about this movie that you wanted to share the trailer?
I'm not showing trailers that I think are going to always be good. It's just stuff for us to talk about. Like
a trailer that invokes thought. you might
right.
say.
Yeah, like it's not.
Sure.
I'm not particularly saying these are the best 3 movies coming out.
No, I don't.
film.
I'm not
Yeah.
asking for that. I'm asking the question. Allow me to repeat it. Is what appeals to you about this?
The fact that George Clooney is doing a Disney movie, and was it just to get paid? That was my first thing for that, and that it was like the next Pirates of the Caribbean, if that was their attempt.
So if there was no George Clooney on this,
Not interested.
not a chance.
Nope.
Got it. Okay. I feel about the same, except I'm kind of still at not a chance, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I could see.
How about if I told you that it had the writer from Prometheus? Would that do it for you?
Okay, so it might be confusing. I really I really did love Prometheus. Some people didn't.
I didn't like Prometheus, but I do
What?
like Damon Lindelof. That's the guy's name.
Wait a second. This is the guy. That's another thing. Oh,
He
sorry,
worked
go
on Lost as well. He was like the lead writer for Lost. That gives me some hope, you know?
This guy also did. The guy who's doing this also did the Iron Giant. I'm pretty sure.
And who is the director? I don't remember who directed Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. I did enjoy that movie.
Oh, and sorry, I'm on IMDb right now, so this may not be a 13-year-old girl. I don't know how old her character is, but the actress is, take a guess,
23.
24 currently.
Nice.
So 23 at filming. Yeah.
So probably 14 then.
Oh, this guy got
Yeah.
a pretty good lineup. He did Batteries Not Included.
Who's this again?
Brad Bird. He did Batteries Not.
That's the other writer. Okay.
I looked this up. Well, I think these are the things he's directed.
Oh, directing.
Yeah. Yeah. This was another thing from last.
Batteries Not Included has terrible reviews.
I
And
really like
may
it.
not actually be. When's the last time you saw it?
I watched it probably 10 years ago. Actually, it's 2015. I saw it 10 years ago.
I
No.
loved it as a kid.
Yeah. Actually, I
But-
thought it was boring as a kid. I was a
and
dumb
then-
little kid.
Oh, I don't know. I loved it as a kid. But then I saw the Ebert, Siskel and Ebert review just on YouTube someday,
The Panda.
and they trashed it.
Yeah.
And then I thought twice. I was like, well, I was really young.
I guess I
you
could
know?
rewatch it, but I don't know. I thought they were dull. But
Is it-
anyways, he did Batteries
worth
Not
it, though?
Included,
Okay,
The
go ahead.
Iron Giant, which is
Yeah.
excellent, right?
I've never seen that.
What? That is a must watch.
You know,
Yeah.
I tried to watch that as a little kid, and it was boring. Like I said, I was a
What?
dumb little kid.
Okay, Ratatouille, which is awesome.
Yeah,
The
that's good.
Incredibles, which is awesome.
That was good, yeah.
And now and Mission Impossible Protocol, which
It was terrible.
yeah.
Okay.
Whatever, man. They had the Burj Khalifa. He was on the outside of the Burj Khalifa.
But it does mean that
Actually, no, that's the newest
that was
one.
the
Yeah.
good one.
That's with Jeremy Renner?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Wait,
Right.
Jeremy Renner. What are you?
Yeah.
Mission Impossible. You're talking
Yeah.
about Bourne movies now?
No, Jeremy Renner was
he's in
he
it.
was in Mission Impossible.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess he was.
So
I
I
haven't
remember
seen
really
that one
enjoying it.
actually. All the other Mission Impossibles except for most of the first one are bad.
I'm glad you
I
did
enjoyed
mention
the
that. I
first
did
one.
notice that
Yeah,
last
that's what I
when I
said,
was
most
looking
of the
this
first
up.
one.
I did notice that, and that was another reason. because Iron Giant's my jam. I can watch
Okay.
it all day.
Yeah, maybe someday I'll watch it.
It's really good, really really good. But yeah.
Okay, so you have faith in the director,
right, and
who's also a lead, has lead credit for the writing.
right, and George Clooney. So those are two positives.
Okay, that's good to know.
Unless
and you can watch the movie officially without feeling like a pedophile.
Yeah.
Wow, excellent point.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
always a plus.
Maybe
when
that
you're
was
going into a
Alex's
movie
ultimate
like this.
worry was like he'd have like
They don't want to feel like a weirdo
Yeah.
to watch this movie.
yeah
Like,
Yeah, like they get a certain shot of her and something just
yeah
like the way the light hits her eye or something, and then you're like, ooh,
yeah.
I didn't mean to.
yeah
to do
that was
this.
an accident. I
I'm-
swear.
I'm not deliberately stirring.
Yeah.
Don't you hate it when movies
Oh,
do that?
So there you
Yeah.
go. It has two positives. That's awesome.
God, and those
Okay.
are solid positives. I can see where you're coming from, and I can see how this could be some out of left field, just
Mhm.
incredible movie.
I will watch this movie if it has good reviews. That's my response to the trailer.
Mhm.
Yeah, if it's dynamite reviews, then I can't avoid it. But
Well, I'm split because I'd love to see George Clooney fail hard. Like, did you really think this was going to be a good movie? I don't want to see him fail, but I would like to be interested in seeing him
Right.
make.
You want to have the ability to question his judgment.
Yeah.
Well, he did. He contributed heavily to the discovery of what's her name? The teen bopper actress, the big one now. Just give me the first
Jennifer
name that
Lawrence.
comes to your mind. No, she's not a teen.
I don't.
Or anyway, whatever.
Shailene Woodley.
The Descendants. The Descendants.
Oh God, I
Shailene
love that
Woodley.
movie. That was
yeah.
that was a very good movie.
Oh, the girl that sings with the cup song.
Shailene, she was in The Fault in Our Stars, I believe,
Yeah.
Oh, that
and
one.
also in Divergent, right?
Yeah, she's
Oh, that one?
girl.
Okay.
She got her start opposite George Clooney.
The
Or at
Descendants.
least that was her big start. I'm not sure if she did anything before that.
Yeah, man. Another reminder that George Clooney is the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I think there's a good enough reasons to watch it. I probably won't watch it if it gets bad reviews. To
Mhm.
be honest, like I can't.
What if it gets a huge box office though? You're big on that.
I'm big on movies. I like getting big box office.
Does that like validate your ticket price?
No, it validates sequels, and that's what I care about.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Pacific Rim 2 is.
Is that gonna happen? I would
it's
totally watch it.
been greenlit to write the second script, which he had already
Oh,
written.
I was gonna say that took probably a day.
He basically got officially paid to do what he had already
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Type thing.
I'm sure it didn't take too long.
No.
After reviewing George Clooney's filmography, all of his movies that I've seen were good. All the ones that I've seen.
Have you seen
I've not seen Out of Sight.
the Tourist or whatever?
The American.
The American?
Good movie.
Yeah, I liked
Actually,
it a
a
lot.
good movie. Yeah.
Like it got slammed, and I watched. I was like, I liked all of this.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, like,
You got some boobs in the middle too.
yeah.
Nice.
I don't think I ever stayed awake through that entire movie. I tried to
It's-
watch it on multiple
It's a
occasions.
slow burn.
It's dry,
Yeah,
but
it's a slow
good.
burn. You got to go into it prepared to wait.
I occasionally start watching movies way too late in the evening. Like I'm talking 8, even 9 o'clock, and I'm gone. I can't finish them.
Right.
You're just old. That's all there is to it.
All right.
You stay up late enough to watch Judge Wapner, and that's it.
Yeah. Pretty much.